Welcome to the channel. Thank you for tuning in. Right, I need everyone to stop what you're doing and take a seat. Let me show you one of the best value watches on AliExpress that you'll ever see, and the best thing is not many people know about it. Now let's take a look at this unsuspecting store with a little over 100 followers. Now I saw this store many times before and I just decided to look a bit further one particular day, and this is what I discovered: a PRX homage hybrid with Christopher Wood style hands and dial. So I got interested and I looked a little further and I saw it was for £140 with a PT5000 movement and only £211 with a SW200. I thought, nah, this can't be real. So I looked a bit further into the pictures, a quick conversation with the seller, and I decided to buy it now. And now, around a week later, this is what I have to show you guys. I've spent a couple of days with it, and this is easily one of the best value watches available right now. The specs are incredible, but also it has the finishing to match. Now, specs include, as mentioned, the SW200, which is a Swiss clone of the ETA. It has a 4Hz beat rate, fantastic accuracy, and this one is running near perfect at close to zero. And this is, of course, a genuine Sellita SW200. Now, you also have sapphire crystal, 100 meters of water resistance, and what seems to be a press down case back, as well as you can see, a full stainless steel case construction. Now, I'm not a huge fan of the PRX style case, especially the 40mm, but I have to say, on wrist for a few days, and it has definitely grown on me. The only thing from AliExpress which I can compare it to is the San Martin PRX homage, which I reviewed, and this definitely is finished way better than that. The case finishing is so silky smooth in hand. You see satinized brushing throughout the A-face, the side profile, and across the whole length of the bracelet, varying in direction. It's completely flawless and finished to a very high degree. You also get the slithers of polished edging to the sides of the flat case. Now, the crown is quite small. It requires some patience to turn, and the exhibition case back is actually obscured by the SH branding present. You just get a sneak peek of the Swiss movement hiding in there. Now, the thing that stands out on this case versus many other cases, including the San Martin, is that the edge finishing. Now, the whole case bracelet is really well defined, but it's without any sharp feeling edges. And that includes in between the links, now, which is very important in hand and also on wrist. Now, the butterfly clasp used is pretty robust too. It doesn't feel flimsy at all, and I find the split pins very easy to remove and size for my wrist, as opposed to the pin and collar system and even screw pins for the most part. Now, moving over to the dial, this is where, without shadow of a doubt, the CW hybrid homage comes in. Similar style dial and almost identical handset, down to the finishing of those markers and hands. Pay attention to those polished chamfers on either side of those hands and that coarsely brushed arrow tip which we see on the CWs. These are exceptionally executed. The hour markers also follow suit with polished bevel edges and brush sides, and that's fantastic micro detailing on this rather simple looking dial. The dial itself is a matte texture with a deep moss green fume print with basic white text above the 6 and branding below the 12. It's a fancy way to write SH, which is what the brand is called. Now, the watch also comes with a fume blue, which is a little more vibrant compared to the toned down hue you see on this green dial. Now, the lume is equivalent to the BGW9 on CWs. This is C3. It's well applied, solid with no patchiness, and it's way above what you need for a dress or a sports watch. Now, sticking to that Christopher Ward theme, the packaging, this is where I'm going to bring this in. It's also been designed to emulate the CW packaging. As you guys can tell, you've seen me unbox a fair few Christopher Wards now. Now, while it's done quite nicely, the quality isn't quite there as it is on the Christopher Ward boxes. For example, the magnets, that they don't give you that satisfactory push, and they don't self-hold like you see on the Christopher Ward boxes, where so what that means is that the box inevitably does slide out. It's a decent attempt and it just adds to the value this watch brings. It does, however, take up a lot of unnecessary space. Now, on wrist, as I said, the 40mm PRX style case is pretty awkward, specifically if you have a 6.5 inch wrist as I do. It sits rather flat. The first link does not touch either sides of the wrist, which this is what you need if you want a perfect fit. Now, that being said, I did find it comfortable enough. The watch is smooth and the links don't bite or scratch your wrist at all. The width on the links is great. It provides security on the wrist and a nice taper down from 27mm down to 18 at the clasp. What also helps is that it's 11mm thick, but the overall 51mm lug to lug inclusive of the end links would fit perfectly on a 7-inch wrist and above, but it does do a very good job sitting on my wrist too. Just not perfect, but it does have great visual presence and awesome light play against those satin brushed links. Now all this combined with the above, I don't know how they do it. Price of £200 for the SW200 gives you the best value, best finish watch on AliExpress right now without a shadow of a doubt. You could even go for the PT 5000 for 140, but why would you? I would snap up the Sellita SW200 for that 200. Anyway guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you as always for watching, and I will see you on the next video.